Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, bringing you another Modern Warfare 2 commentary, and this time it's a domination on Karachi. And this map seems to be paying me some serious dividends, because in the session I had 2 really good games on it, which is a shame because there are some semi-decent maps on Modern Warfare 2, and this isn't one of them, in my opinion. But right there, did you see? That is what is wrong with domination on this game. That is our starting flag, and I was the only person on my entire team that showed any interest in grabbing it. And I could understand if they'd all been pushing towards B, because that's a pretty good strategy. You know, you run off, try and get B, because generally the rule of thumb is if you can capture B on a domination, you'll win. But none of our guys even go towards B, and all their guys do, so when I cruise up here, I get insist on that dude, and it's just not a good situation to be in, so I think, well, fuck this. And they get the 2-cap on us. So, from this position, well, this advantageous position, I know people are going to be on that roof, because everyone's on that roof, and I see the sniper, and I see his buddy, I kill them both. And I kind of set up in this area, because once you kill someone on this game, the rule of thumb always is, they're going to come back and try and get the revenge kill, because people are selfish. People hate being beaten. It's just how it works. I don't like it, everybody doesn't like it, so you want to try and get out of that mentality as quickly as you can, because if you come up against somebody who has even the remotest amount of brain cells to move from the position they were in previously, adjust slightly, and kill you the second time you come, you're just going to get dicked every time. In fact, if you're coming up against somebody who's got scavenger and claymores, then I wouldn't even bother. But right now I don't even think I get this guy. Yeah, there we go, assisted suicide, that's cool. I was hoping to hit through the wall and wall banging, but without the FMJ, some of the guns just don't seem to go through the surfaces, which is a bit of a shame. But look at that. That is the second time I've come out of that fountain area, looked across towards B, and had a guy coming that way. It's obviously a high traffic area, so if you can try and, you know, move around it as intelligently as you can, you're going to get kills. But don't ask me what I was doing with that. I was just, I don't know, I had like a fucking mind fart and nothing was working. But waste that Predator missile. Come over here with this guy. Smoke goes out, I help him cap so he can get a nice double cap. And then we move on. But it's one of those situations where I never really know where to push from this position, because I know they're going to be spawning around that fish market area or whatever it is where there's all the chickens and stuff, but it's so clustered around there and it's so easy to get killed. I don't want to ruin my spree, so I come back to where I know, and that's this fountain area. I clean up another guy on that same area near B, I drop my Harriers in, and I'm probably going to stack up on the second story again and start sniping people who like to go towards that roof, because that roof is such a high traffic spot. It's where all the people go, because it's high ground, you can see a lot of the map, and it does work both ways. If you know people are going to be up there, you can use that to your advantage and you can get some cheap and easy kills. But right now my Harrier's up in the air, it's not really doing much, which is a shame, because sometimes the Harrier can just absolutely destroy people. And once again, look at that, a nice little double kill that time coming up through. So just using the fact that B is such a busy area and catching a couple people with the pants down gets me my first AC-130, so here we go, see what we can do with this. I also found out today that when you play Demolition, if it's close to the end of the round and you call in a chopper gunner or an AC-130 and the game ends before you even get in the chopper, it wastes it. And I was so gutted, because I changed my kill streaks from the AC-130 to the chopper gunner, because we were on an estate and I thought the chopper gunner might have, you know, been a little better because it's fast and it's pretty open, so there's not a lot of places to hide unless you get the house spawn. And lo and behold, I get it, I activate it, I don't realise there's 2 seconds left, and it takes it off me. And that was a pretty good game, that, but I stopped recording because at the start I was getting dicked. I think I ended it on something like 50 odd kills and 12 deaths, but with a wasted chopper gunner as well. Just imagine how good that game could have been if I'd have managed to get up there in the sky, but I suppose that's kind of what this game's all about. Anyhow, out of the AC-130, I cruise up towards C, I throw a nice little flash, a stun should I say, just in case there's anybody trying to rush around the corner. Well, look at this shit, man. This annoys me, but it's faster than Black Ops, and that tells you something. That why is the host migration on this game faster than Black Ops when this game is older? Why is the matchmaking on this game better than Black Ops? I'm not even going to get into this. But clean up that guy. I'm not going to go onto that street because there's far too many spawn points near there, far too many lines of sight, and I know I'm going to get killed, so you'll see I stay near this corner. And instead of going directly up the street, I like to kind of skim the outskirts, and then I rush back into the building towards the fountain where I know I've had success. So, am I going to get another guy? No, I'm going to cruise up here instead. So, this second tier up here can be really advantageous. The only problem is, it's easy to get to from various different vantage points. I just get the survivalist there for surviving for 5 minutes, which is always cool. And I cruise back down here and I think I die. Because it's one of those where I always die really close to getting that challenge. Maybe not, we're on B. There's nobody around this area. I had to clue where they're spawning because we've got both sides of them. We've got them pincered. And I see this guy here. I do a drop shot. I managed to clean him up. No idea who he was shooting at because my guy was almost on a different angle to him and his bullets weren't even coming out his gun. Maybe that dude's got a really bad internet connection and he's just, you know, another one of the many victims of latency. But I throw a claymore down there, I carry on through here towards the bus. I always throw a stun over the bus just in case anybody's running around that other side because it's one of those vantage points where they don't generally expect you to come from round that corner. They're expecting you to come from the other doorways or the windows, so it's always cool to mix up your approach. Right now we've got a Pavlo incoming from one of our teams, so he's kicking some ass. One of my cheeky claymores has just paid off for me, so I drop another one thanks to the joy of Scavenger and an inability for Infinity Ward to patch ridiculously cheesy stuff like that. And I know what you're probably thinking, well, you're using them, you're part of the problem, but do I sit in a room with 2 claymores and then just wait for a guy to die and replenish the claymores? No, I don't. I throw them down because I've been doing it in Black Ops and the grenades on this game don't get kills for me, so I've decided to mix my strategy up, I've decided to play a little differently, and it's paying off. And if something pays off on a game, you should really try and exploit that to make it work to your advantage. And right now, because we're near A, this street is a spawn point. In the backs of this area, there are always going to be people spawning. Unless it's your spawn, obviously, it could be the enemy spawn, so always watch. And look at that. I knew this was going to happen. And this fucking pissed me off. These guys here have got themselves stuck in this spawn point because there's 3 people looking at them and they're all sitting back here and getting killed and spawning on each other. It's like, what are you doing? And then I think one of them throws a smoke, so one of them's got some brains, but all that does is fuck your team. I spawned into that and I got killed because I spawned into that clusterfuck, and it's all because of cowards and idiots. But luckily enough, it doesn't last very long, and I move towards the market area. I hate this area of the map. I generally try and avoid it because there's just too many sneaky points for campers, for cheesy people, for dickheads to do what dickheads do best. But this window I do like, because you've got a nice vantage point directly on the street, and as soon as everybody starts looking at it, you can always go through the door and hedge glitch on the steps and kill people that way, so it's always a cool little vantage. I see a guy up there, I don't think I get a chance to kill him. I'll hug this wall just in case he drops down. I get a nice headshot on that guy running through. That guy's laid prone, but he's already died. I see that dude spawn, and I know right now where the spawn point is, because there's nobody behind me, and there's nobody, I think there's one guy above me and I can hear him. So I climb up here to the higher ground to see if I can exploit this nice bit of cover and take some dudes out, but I can't see anybody, so I drop back down here. I'm tempted right now to take B because there's nobody spawning near it, so I'm thinking, why not? We might as well get the triple cap. But before I do, I throw a claymore down, and I decide to be a hero, so here I go laying prone on my own. All my team couldn't give a shit, they're playing team deathmatch. And I know there's a guy over there because there's a red dot on my UAV. I don't know what he's doing. He could be, you know, looking out towards the buses, something like that. And the sniper comes. I manage to kill him because he's mid-sprint and there's nothing you can really do in those situations. They're shooting towards the dude. I can't see anybody. I cruise back across here. There goes my scavenger, once again paying its dues. I see a skull, so one of my boys has just been cleaned up on the other side. I wait here because I can hear footsteps, but for whatever reason, I get lucky because look at this. Nice little double spray. If I had been the previous iteration of my game style on Modern Warfare 2, I would have run, those guys would have seen me, I would have got shot from behind, and I would have got frustrated. But because I was waiting, I was being patient, I managed to hear the 2 dudes running up towards me, and I cleaned them both up, so it just goes to show, if you can mix your usual game style up just a little bit, it can really help your gameplay. One thing I could never do though, I'm never going to camp, I can't do it. I just don't understand the mentality. And a lot of the people that do, you know, call it defensive play, sure it's defensive play, but it's just an excuse that you're not moving and everybody else is. So I just don't understand it. But right now I call my Harriers in. I stay in here for a nice little vantage, see if I can see anybody rushing that street. I toss back to get my flashbang out, my stun grenade, sorry, and there's another guy there shooting at things. I can't hit Toffee for some reason. I'm trying anyway though, I'm a trier. And then I cruise up here for a better vantage because I know that they're spawning on A. And it's just a case of cleaning people up while my Harrier does. And unfortunately, the game ends on an AC-130 just like the other one. So how unlucky am I? But I hope you enjoyed that. Another Modern Warfare 2 commentary. You take care now.